sí, se armó la Tercera Guerra Mundial. Chiqui Rivera lanzó toda la artillería que tenía guardada. No solo confirma que ella está detrás de la auditoría hacia Rosy Rivera por sospechas de mal uso de los fondos, de la herencia y el manejo de la empresa Jenny Rivera Enterprises, sino que también, ay señor bendito, no, le manda una advertencia a doña Rosa, al tío Juan Rivera y a la tía Somalia.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, hello, hello. Soy Carol, dándoles la bienvenida, donde le ponemos mucho neón a la opinión, o sea, opinión a los trending del espectáculo. Ay, familia, yo perdí a mi madre el 3 de octubre. Fue la última vez que hablé con ella, dice Chiqui Rivera. No solo cuenta cómo fue sus últimos días al lado de su madre, sino que también cuenta la verdad de la auditoría y todo el merequetengue que está pasando entre la familia. En su podcast que tituló Honrando a mi madre, Jenny Rivera, por el aniversario luctuoso de la diva de la banda, Chiquis abrió su corazón como nunca. No solo recordó esa última carta larga que recibió por parte de Jenny el 3 de octubre, cuando ella le dijo que nunca más quería volverla a ver, porque sabía que estaba acostándose con Esteban Loaiza, su esposo. Ella afirma que intentó hablar con ella múltiples veces, pero ya no logró hacerlo. Mientras estaba en fiestas en Las Vegas, celebrando la boda de una de sus primas, junto a otros primos, recibió la noticia de que el avión de su madre estaba desaparecido. Dice, cuando le dijeron, es una emergencia, tenemos que irnos a casa, condujo su auto como loca y se dirigió a la casa de la abuela a toda velocidad. Y sus hermanos le dijeron, te necesitamos. Se sintió extraña al principio, pero al escuchar esas palabras de sus hermanos, levantó puso su frente en alto, pues, y dijo, estoy aquí para ellos y he estado aquí para ellos hasta el día de hoy. Recuerda que se enteró que su madre había fallecido, lo confirmó antes que nadie, dice. Cuando alguien con malas intenciones, alguien con su corazón negro, malo, le envió esas imágenes que aparecieron en las redes sociales de los restos que se esparcieron durante el avionazo. Una foto en particular que ella menciona es la imagen de los pies, el pie de Jenny, de los dedos, de que se le ve el esmalte, sus uñas. Dice que le preguntó a Jenica qué esmalte había usado su madre ese día y ella le confirmó el color y dice, yo sabía que esos eran los pies de mi madre, porque yo, cada concierto que ella terminaba cansada, le quitaba los zapatos, le masajeaba el pie y le ponía sus slippers, no sé cómo se dice en español, sus pantuflas, sandalias. Ya, ustedes saben, esas sandalias de estar en casa. Dice, ahora, para honrar la memoria de su madre, porque ella era clara y directa y hablaba siempre con la verdad. Ella quería ser transparente y hablar del desmadre, del quilombo familiar en la que se encuentran por la auditoría.
It makes me so sad. And this is the first time I talk about it, you guys. I'm going to talk about it with you. I haven't said it in an interview. I haven't written it thoroughly in my book that's coming out in February. I mentioned it, but I want to say it here with you guys because another way of honoring my mother is by being honest. Because that's how she was. No tenía pelos en la lengua. My family and I are not okay. My extended family, should I say. My siblings and I, thank goodness, we're good. We have our disagreements, we have our discussions, our arguments, but we always come back to each other. But there has always been issues in my family, unfortunately, because there are so many of us in the industry. Fortunately and unfortunately, I feel that we could have been a very successful dynasty together, but I feel like jealousy and ego and greed has ruined our family for years. And I'm now ready to say that, yeah, I'm not okay, and I know some of my siblings, and I don't want to speak for them, are also not okay with most of our family members. Today I'll speak about myself and what I feel and how I feel and why it makes me so sad. Because my mom was really the glue to our family. And although for many years She was also disappointed, and we have emails and conversations, and everyone knows this. My mom was also very vocal about things that she disagreed with certain family members. So a lot of people have wondered why I have unfollowed my grandmother. I did. Maybe it's a little silly, maybe it's childish. I did unfollow her on Instagram. I love my grandmother. I still honor her. I still thank her very much for everything she did for me, for helping raise me. I love her so much and I miss her. But it goes back to me honoring my mother and her legacy, and my siblings are the most important thing in my life. And when you hurt them, you hurt me. And unfortunately, my grandma has said a few things publicly that I don't agree with, that I'm very hurt by, about my siblings, Johnny and Jenica mainly. Some things about me that I just feel are unfair to say without first telling us. So I don't agree with it being said publicly. So now I'm publicly stating that yes, I have unfollowed her and I'm okay with my decision and I love her and I still check up on her, but there are certain things on social media that I just don't want to see and I don't want them to hurt me. I could have muted her, yes, but I decided to unfollow her because I'm also tired of pretending. I'm ready for the world to know that we're not okay. I also don't follow my Uncle Juan and I don't follow my Aunt Rosie. And I'm sure to them it doesn't matter. But to me, it's just I'm ready to show the world that there are bigger issues. You know, we have always had some type of issue or tension in our family for years because, again, we're all in the same industry. What really, I think, broke the camel's back, como dicen, is when my brother Johnny, he had been asking me to do this since he was 16 years old when he was still under my custody. Johnny asked me to look into the finances. He said, you know what, I'm just a little worried. There's some certain things that worry me and I just think that we should know. I never did it because I'm like, oh my God, I already know they're going to think that it's me. And of course I had my doubts. Don't get me wrong. I had my doubts about it, but I just didn't want to open up a can of worms. I had a feeling it was going to start an issue. So when Johnny turned 20, he said, you need to help me. Actually, this January of 2021, he said, I need you to help me get an attorney. I really want to do this. And I said, okay, fine. I told him, he asked me in November of 2020. And I said, wait, give me a few months. Let me pray about it. And when he came back in January of 2021, he said, okay, I want to do it. And I'm sure. And I said, okay, I have your back. So I hooked him up with an attorney. He spoke to them. He's been dealing with it himself. I can't even talk to the attorney without his permission. So it's all been him wanting to just know what's up with the estate, with the finances, with our trust, with the businesses. And it has caused chaos. It's caused so much, even more tension in our family. And I still don't know why, but that's the truth of the matter. And I want to clear that up because it's not an audit. An audit comes legally. We didn't audit anybody. We just asked for an accounting. Johnny asked for an accounting as a beneficiary. He has the right to ask for an accounting. And my aunt was supposed to give that to him annually and hasn't for the past 9 years. So he asked for that and it became this big ruckus. And I don't understand why. This accounting was asked for in what month, Johnny? This accounting was asked for in April of this year, 2021, and everything has gone to shit since then. Worse than it has been. I feel that we have the right to know how much money was in the account when my mom left, how much money has been made, how much money they have made for the enterprises, for my Jenny Rivera Enterprises. We have a right. We have a right to ask how much people are getting paid. And I include myself in this because yes, I was disinherited, but I'm still a daughter. I'm still the oldest. I'm still the one that helped my mom build this empire. And I still have the right as a sister to ask what's going on with my siblings, with their finances. So let me tell you, the businesses, my mom's businesses are completely separate from the trust. That's what my mom left for my siblings. The accounting was delivered months later. literally, Johnny's right here. So 192 days later, they asked for extensions. For a while, we hadn't heard from them. I was like, wait, if we have everything in order, we have a good CPA for the company, we have a good financial advisor, why aren't we getting these things in a timely manner? I just don't understand. And there's so many things that I can say, but I want to be respectful to my siblings and to still my family, because even though I love them and I love them from afar, I wish them well. I'm better off without them. And I'm sure they are as well without us, or without me, should I say. And my heart is sad. My heart is hurt. But sometimes it's better to love people from afar and not be angry at them, because I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. Again, disappointed because this didn't have to turn out this way. Better off without them. And I'm sure they are as well without us, or without me, should I say. And my heart is sad. My heart is hurt. But sometimes it's better to love people from afar and not be angry at them, because I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because this didn't have to turn out this way. And I just felt that today, talking about my mom, the best way I can honor her is by being honest. Again, I thought about this over and over, about talking about this, but you know what? Because I thought about my cousins, their children. I don't want to affect anybody in any way, ever. God knows my intentions. God knows that I wish with all my heart that we were okay with my family and that we could all just be united and be a strong force together. But that is not our case. That is not our truth, sadly. And you know what? Everyone kind of has to just own up to certain things. And it's sad because ever since my mom left, the way Johnny says it, we've been living in hell. I see it a little different. It has been very difficult. I have tried my very best to be okay with my family, to gain their approval, to show them, hey, I'm working, I'm doing my thing. Like, are you proud? You know, it's been very difficult to get that. And it's just sad when you lose such a strong pillar in your family, how things just start crumbling down. And now that I look back to these 9 years, it's just, we were in so much pain. We just trusted blindly. We were too hurt and dealing with our pain and with life and how to live life without my mom, without parents in reality, that we didn't really care much, or not care, but we just didn't have the energy or the mental space to deal with all of these things. And I feel like we finally woke up and we're like, oh, wait a second, what's going on? I feel like el que nada debe, nada teme. So what's the problem, you know? I wish with all my heart that we could spend this anniversary together as a family at my grandma's house with my uncles, with my aunt, with my cousins. It makes me sad, but I've accepted that this is my reality, my new reality, and I've come to peace with it. And moving forward, it's just really coming together as siblings is what we want to do once my sister Jackie becomes CEO, to just continue my mother's legacy. Us having the control and as a team, making decisions from my mom's brand, from my mother's music. We want a movie. We have so many ideas that I think that the best, now that we're a little more healed, we're a little more mature, I think we all can just come together and make it happen. And that's what I'm hopeful for. And I'm hopeful that this doesn't get any nastier and that we could just come together and come to an agreement, maybe agree to disagree for the sake of my mother and her legacy and all that she worked hard for, because she did for her children, mainly and mostly. And everyone that knows her, especially her family, knows that. So that's why I'm so confused. Today, I want to honor my mother and ask you all, if you haven't heard her music, if you have heard it, to just please listen to it every single day. Go to any app that you guys use to listen to music. That's the way we can keep her alive, is by listening to her music and just honor her in that way. For me, it's the favor that I ask you guys, and I'm really looking forward to the future and doing this, kind of being under the umbrella again of just helping, because I can't be added to the will or anything, and nor do I want to. I want my siblings to be okay. I'm working hard and I'm doing my thing. So I just want to be able to be a part of it again and really have a real say, in my mom's stuff. And I know my siblings feel the same way. We want a movie. Imagine a movie of Jenni Rivera's life in English with a little bit of Spanish, or vice versa. I don't know. I just want it to be like the real Jenni. You know what I mean? What she was all about. A movie just telling the story of a woman that worked her ass off to leave the imprint that she has left forever. And what she did for her kids as a single mother. Everything that she went through, things that you guys may not even know, things that we've never talked about, that we're ready to talk about now. We want movies. We want we have huge plans. So I think it's going to be beautiful to be together at a table with my siblings and discussing everything that we want to do for my mom and how we want her music to sound. I think we're ready. We're ready, and I'm excited for my sister, Jackie, who is stepping up like no other. I admire her so much. I don't know how she juggles being a mother of 4, a wife, a business owner, and now dealing with all of this with Jenni Rivera Enterprises. And I'm excited to see her in this new position. And she does everything with such grace and so peacefully. And she has the best intentions and the best interests at heart for everyone. So I think she's going to be an amazing CEO, and I can't wait to see that. It's nice to know that Mom and I started all of this, because it was really Mom and I. We started it from the ground up. I was at home with the kids, cleaning, cooking, making sure everything was good, paying the bills, and then later on I helped her with the businesses and helped her build her empire. And every idea that she had, I did my best to execute it. And to know that it's become this, and to know that now my sister's gonna take over, is awesome. And I also want to take this time in this space to thank my uncle and my aunt for everything they did. I know that they tried their best, and I know that this was thrown on my aunt from one day to another, and she really didn't know and never wanted anything to do with the music industry. So I've always been very compassionate about that and understanding. And for so long, she expressed that she wasn't happy in her position and that it has ruined her relationship with her kids, with her husband. My Uncle Juan felt the same way. And again, my Uncle Juan wasn't left in charge. He just took that responsibility and wanted to help. And I am grateful for that. Believe me, I appreciate everything that they did. But there are certain things that I just feel I don't agree with. But I am grateful, and I do want them to be happy, and I want them to be okay with their family and live their best life. And I'm sorry if, all of this has caused pain. The way that we think about their feelings and their life, I would love for them to take a moment and do the same for us. And I know they have. I just don't know what happened throughout these 9 years, that things have just gotten worse and worse, and it's just what happened. We just ask questions.
Familia, esa es la mejor traducción que pude hacer con Google. Ok, espero que hayan entendido. Yo me aseguré que se entendieran muchos puntos en específico, pero eso es lo mejor que pude hacer. Espero que lo aprecien, ¿verdad? En mi gran esfuerzo. No post-wow. Esa es la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad, según Chiqui Rivera. No es auditoría, es contabilidad solamente, ya que su tía Rosie se negó a darles la contabilidad por 10 años. Ellos la pidieron por vía legal y les tomó, como ella dice, más de 190 días para entregarla. Eso es todo, no es una auditoría. Lo que se extrañan es que por qué les tomó tanto tiempo y pedían extensión tras extensión cuando se supone que los libros estaban en perfecta situación. No puedo creer, se me hace, y esa es mi opinión, mi humilde opinión, que Juan, el tío Juan, se ha sentado a hacer video tras video tras video, la auditoría, algo que no existe. ¿Engaño al público o será que él es el engañado? Ellos, o sea, Johnny, Janica, Mikey, Jackie, solo querían ver los libros por sospechas del mal uso de los fondos de la herencia y de la empresa. Solamente eso querían ver, los libros. Y todo parece indicar que sus sospechas serán una realidad, porque ahora la familia quedó dividida por eso. Al final del podcast, chiquis, que no les voy a mentir, lloré. Me causó dolor, escuché dolor en su voz al contar la historia. Una cosa muy triste, pidió que sus fans de su madre oyeran su música. Contó de que se van a reunir todos en su casa para recordar a su madre, pero que Mikey no quiso porque le dijo, hermana, yo necesito hacerlo solo, no puedo, necesito estar solo ese día. Y ella lo comprende, también dijo de que recuerden a su madre por lo chicona que era, lo audaz, por lo que veía en el escenario, porque eso es lo que ella era abajo de él. Y que cuando ella tenga una hija, quiere que sea por lo menos la mitad de lo que fue su madre. Y quiere ponerle el nombre Jenny. Es triste, creo que es la que más sufre por el hecho de que no pudo despedirse de su mamá, porque no pudo hablar con ella por tanto tiempo, por pleitos, discordias. Hasta el día de hoy no se sabe si lo de Esteban Loaiza es una realidad o no. Muchos afirman que hay un video, otros es como el tío Juan dice que él está seguro hasta el día de hoy, a pesar que no le habla a Chiquis, de que eso no es verdad. Es un tema difícil de poder saber quién tiene la razón, quién tiene la verdad. Pero yo creo que el tiempo cura las heridas y ya pasaron 10 años. Y pienso de que ahora hasta los hermanos la han perdonado a Chiquis. Ya vieron que ella dice que ha tratado de ganarse la aprobación de toda su familia, que se sientan orgullosos de ella, y eso no pasó. Más bien ha dado envidia y discordia. Qué triste, familia. Triste escuchar en esas navidades, en esas fechas que se recuerda a la madre, a Jenny Rivera, la artista, que se esté hablando de pleito de dinero y todas esas cosas que han estado hablando Juan, en especial en las redes sociales, y ahora que se tenga que tocar el tema de una manera de recordatorio para ser caridosos de lo que realmente pasó, según Chiquis. ¿Qué opinas? Llamita bien encendida con mucho neón para comentar. Por obvias razones que este video es larguísimo, no puedo incluir un chisme bonus, pero se los dejo en el próximo. Recuerda, si quieres el chisme bonus para el próximo, hashtag chisme bonus en la sección de los comentarios. No te vayas sin darle like al video, suscríbete y marca esa campanita para recibir futuras notificaciones de los videos que vamos subiendo. Y recuerda que la mejor manera de apoyar a tus chicas, Carol Tomico, es compartiendo nuestro contenido en tus redes sociales. Nos vemos en alguno de esos videos que ven aquí en pantalla.